If you're watching this video, probably you're looking for some ways that will help you to feel better about yourself and to have better relationship with yourself, and to some ways to start feeling this unconditional self-acceptance. And that's what is difficult usually for us, to accept ourselves unconditionally, because it's much easier to accept or to love yourself when you're performing well in the way you expect, when you're achieving your goals, when you're doing what you plan to do, when other people like you, and when you also like yourself for what you did, for how you feel, and for what you said, anything. And much more difficult to accept yourself in the moments when you don't perform so well, when you did something that you consider as bad or as wrong, or something that created problems for you or someone else. When you have this idea, this kind of image in your mind about how you should be, and you see that what you're doing now is not this. You comparing yourself to this image, you comparing yourself to other people, and usually we compare ourselves quite unfair. We're just choosing someone that maybe wants to have the same achievements, the same things, and compare this person, but we don't compare our past. We don't compare our other experience, maybe what else we were doing. And this becomes quite unfair and very easy to find all these flaws in yourself, all your weaknesses, everything that is wrong with you. But if you want to be more kind, if you want to feel this self-acceptance without condition, I think you understand the importance of this. But I will talk a bit about it, because what I learned through my life experience, and I was terrible to myself. I was very critical, didn't like anything. I was always blaming myself. I was always guilt, shame, and all these feelings. Everyone else was always better for me, and it took me years to change it, step by step, slowly. So I know how does it feel, and I know how difficult it could be to change it. But what I learned is that the more I fight with something in me, the stronger it becomes. There was a moment when I didn't like myself for being too emotional, and some moment happened. I did something like under my emotions, or said something in this emotional state, and then I regretted it a lot. And I was always coming to the state that why I'm so emotional, it's so terrible, why other people can control themselves and I can't, I need to change this. And I was going to this self-blame, this guilt, and I was spending hours, day in these feelings. I was trying to find a way to change it, just to look differently. I wanted other people to see me differently. I didn't want them to know about my feelings, my emotions. I didn't want them to see how I act from this emotional state. So here, not only just I was not accepting myself, but I was also focused too much about how other people see me. The more I was doing this to myself, the worse it was going. And that's what probably you also saw in your life. When you fight with something so strongly, it becomes stronger. It's like you're trying to hide it, you're trying to push it, and you suppress it, and it's expressing itself even stronger, more and more. And that's something that you need to remember when you're becoming so hard about something that you don't like about yourself. Some people have this experience with dieting, when they want to lose weight, or they want to do diet for some health reasons, and they create all these restrictive rules, then they add something that was not on the list, and they can come to such strong blame. They call themselves with all with such bad words, like they are not their friend, like really their worst enemy. And we can have it in anything, with all our mistakes in life that could be related to anything, money, relationship, career, anything. We want to look differently, but we don't. We want to behave differently, but we're not. We want to have a different life, something in our life, but we don't. And we can have all these huge expectations and we're not there. And instead of trying to find some peace inside to live from this state, because when you're in a fight, all your actions, everything that you're expressing in the world comes from this unhappiness, comes from the suffering, comes from this tension. How do you expect to kind of manifest something good in your life if your actions were motivated from this suffering, from your unhappiness, from kind of when you feel miserable? It's almost impossible. Some people sometimes can achieve something, all this, when they trying to compensate of how bad they feel about it, but it doesn't work for everyone. Not everyone has all this energy, and maybe you see that it's not working for you and you want to feel differently. And the other thing that you may notice, that even once you achieved what you wanted, straight away you will find something else that is still not okay, and you will continue to do against all this loop. So that's, I said all these things just to remind you, and maybe to give a bit of understanding why your motivation should be not to change yourself, but to feel better here and now with how you are, to understanding yourself. And if you're doing something that you don't like, try to find reasons why you're doing this. Maybe you're not happy that you reacted emotionally somewhere, or that you didn't do something, or you were too lazy, or you ate too much, or anything else. Try to understand that you're under a lot of pressure, and a lot of this pressure is created by yourself. You don't give yourself time to recover, to relax. Even if you're not doing anything and watching TV all day long, it's not something that can really help you to recover, to heal, to have new energy. It's just hiding from yourself in these videos that you're watching, or in doing something else, depends what, or in food. You can also hide in food and get to emotional eating, just not to be with yourself, just not to feel all this pressure that you're given. And what I saw later, then, when I was becoming kinder to myself, and when I was understanding that something in me, it's like this now, and I can't do anything for now. It's impossible. I tried so many things, and I'm just like this. And I have to accept this, because I have to live with this. I don't know, maybe one day it will change, maybe not. The idea is that the real acceptance comes when you don't wait for the moment when it will finally change, but when you learn to live and to be okay with how you are now. And this is the part of this also. You learn to accept it, but you also learn to be kind to yourself. You're trying to catch this feeling that that's what you have now, and it's just like this. You can find all the unfairness in your past. Maybe you say that your parents treated you badly, or something happened in life, and the result is that you become like this, and now you can't do something. You can go there, but it will not change how you're feeling now. You will put the responsibility for someone else, but it will not change what you feel now. What you need to do is to find the moment of understanding that you can argue with how things are as much as you want. You can spend all your energy on these arguments. You can continue to punish yourself in all possible ways. You can continue to make yourself miserable by all the comparison. Or you can try to let these things go and try to know better the person who you are. Try to understand yourself better. Ask yourself about why it's like this, why you were too emotional, why you didn't do anything, why you said what you said, why you felt in a certain way, and how your feelings and what you have inside influencing what you're doing now. And like this, you can make this shift from being this kind of controlling, criticizing parent to yourself to someone who is really curious, someone who cares, and someone who is trying to understand. Sometimes we know how to behave in this way with other people. We can be very kind to others, but very harsh to ourselves. If you know how to be kind to others, just use it for yourself. If you don't, you need to start creating it here. And with this curiosity, with this idea that you want to find and you want to help, you will start seeing better the deeper reasons. Sometimes we may need help from someone professional to dig these things, but sometimes when we just becoming more quiet and we remove the pressure for everything like that we expect us to be, we can start suddenly some insights can start coming in our mind because we gave space to this. Instead of all the pressure, instead of the criticizing, we gave space to hear what is there, maybe hidden in our subconscious, but it starts becoming visible because it's more like, if we will look at this, that we have the inner parent and inner child, it's more like be the feelings of the inner child that was scared of criticizing parent. And when instead of this criticizing pressure, we see someone who is curious and interested and wants to help, this maybe some pain, some old experience or something else, some of our fears start to uncover and we can look at them. And when you're in the state of accepting, of not trying to change, the other mistake, you can see something, this is because I have this fear, I need to get rid of it quickly. No, don't go there. Be with it. Feel the fear, feel the pain, feel the anger. Let yourself be with all the emotions that are coming. And I'm talking here I'm talking slowly now. And I'm trying to give you the idea of how it can feel. Because by listening to me now, when I'm in the certain state, in the state of acceptance, in the state of inner peace, you can feel it and you can use it for yourself. That's how we can also learn from others, not only from information, but from kind of feeling their state and then using the same state for ourselves. Use this state of acceptance to everything that you're doing or not doing, feeling or not feeling. For example, it took me quite a lot of time to start accepting the moments where I was feeling anxious, because I was thinking that I need to get rid of this as quickly as possible. Anxiety is not good, it's ruining my life. It's ruining life, yes, but what you create on top of anxiety, ruining it much stronger. But if you let your anxiety be, your fear just be and flow, your anger, you can even let yourself to express your anger instead of suppressing it. And then remind yourself that it's okay. Yeah, maybe you said something that was not very pleasant for someone else, but probably there were reasons for this. And you can handle it. If you're your friend, if you're someone who is interested to help, you can handle it. Because sometimes we have this kind of split inside us on these inner roles. One of them has all the ideas about what we should do, how we should be. And the other one kind of should do the things, but it's not doing. And in this split, it's very difficult to change something. you have kind of small war inside. And I'm inviting you to find this peace. And for this, find these parts that are fighting. One part is that has this habit or maybe some trait that you don't like, and the other one is the one that doesn't like it. You're both together. You're both these parts. And you're the one who can stop criticizing this habit, and you're the one that can also change this habit, but later, not now. You don't have a power to change it until you okay with it. Accepting yourself unconditionally is the first step also to learn accept others like this and the world like this. It's difficult to accept everything in one moment, but you can start trying step by step. And if you were able to feel what I'm talking about here, you can remember this feeling. And in the moment when you notice that you again in the conflict, that you're in the fight, you can remind yourself again that you are the person that you will spend all your life with. And it's your choice how to spend it in peace, in kind of this collaboration of these parts inside you that are fighting. You can find peace between them, or you can not looking for this and you continue to live from this conflict. You may even change, you may achieve something, but if the conflict's not going away, nothing will really make you happy, because your peace is inside, and that's what you're trying to find. Self-acceptance is really a very big topic, and I think it's the foundation for the changes, for feeling more happy and have more peace, to actually have less problems. You can still have problems in your life, but unless you don't create additional one on top of them from inside. But usually when you have less conflict inside, you can see how magically sometimes things on outside start changing. I really saw it several times, many times I would say, how it's reflecting, especially with the relationship with people. It's very understandable, but also sometimes with some situations, some coincidences. And what I told can be the first step. You can try it. And I will be very happy to hear your feedback about what did you feel by listening to the video. Did you catch this change? Did you catch this feeling of acceptance, of this peace? Maybe you already have some inside. And if yes, you can share with me in the comment. I will be very happy to read about it.